What is one of the biggest similarities between America and Rome? Well, just look at how us as Americans describe our country. We say we threw off the unjust rule of kings to govern ourselves, and in Rome, well, they pretty much said the same thing. This is day 14 of reading the history of Rome by Livy and giving you the highlights so you can tell all your friends you read a book this year. In 509 BC, the ancient Romans cast away the monarchy, a form of government that had stood for 226 years. They exiled the old king and his family and established what would be known as the Roman Republic. Why did they do this? The king, Licinius Tarquinius Superbus, had ruled with an iron fist for decades. A brutal crime committed by his son was the flashpoint that set off the revolution. Livy says that the son, a guy named Sextus, assaulted the wife of his cousin just because he found her attractive. The woman, whose name was Lucretia, is described as an ideal Roman woman. That is to say, she was chaste, she was devoted to her husband, and she was beautiful. And mentally, she cannot handle what happened to her. After admitting to them what happened, she immediately stabs herself in the chest in front of them, and they promise revenge. They parade her body into a public square, causing a crowd to gather. The crowd is angered by the story that they hear, and they march on Rome. Once they get there, the momentum is unstoppable. The rebels speak in the Roman Forum about the abuses of the king, and soon they get the army on their side. Tarquin, who was not in Rome at the time, finds himself locked out at the city gates when he arrives. And that's pretty much the end of the revolution. It's somewhat bloodless. The Romans would soon create a form of government that had two heads of state, known as the consuls. This was meant to prevent any one man from becoming too powerful. How long would that last? Actually, they had a pretty good run. They made it almost 500 years. Let's hope that America can make it that long.